Well, Merry fucking Christmas, Chiefs Kingdom. Looks like someone threw a match into the dumpster outside of GEHA at Arrowhead Stadium. We now sit at 9-6. We are still the number 3 seed. And the way that Baltimore and Miami are playing, this may be as high as we get in the rankings. I have assembled an expert panel today to discuss the lows and the low lows of this tire fire of a Christmas game and relive the the truly well, what the fuck, and reveal what truly is the problem in KC. Of course, my expert panel is consistent of three-time podcasting favorite, the one, the only Chico Noise. The Chief will be joining us
Okay.
sometime here in the future. I don't even know where to begin with this game. I will give you this.
Mm,
The Raiders defense came to fucking play.
yeah.
There was not a time in that game where there wasn't some sort of pressure or just shit going on with that game that just made you go, oh fuck, oh fuck. But what do you think the problem is there, Chico?
Well, honestly, I think it's a little bit of everything. And I mean, it's not just Pat. It's not just the receivers. Our defense did not do great. I mean, we did okay. We held O'Connell, what, 9 for 21, 62 yards, but their defense was just crazy. And I don't know that our defense really helped as much as they have been all season. How many losses in a row are we at right now?
We're only at one loss.
Oh yeah, because we beat the Patriots. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
we beat the Patriots.
but I mean, it's everywhere. I mean, it's not just one guy. And Pat played terribly. Like you said, he was getting pressured like crazy.
Right.
I'm sure Kelsey was getting covered twos and threes like normal. I didn't really get to watch any of the game, unfortunately, because I was cooking Christmas lunch. But
This is true.
I was trying
This
to
is true.
turn and watch, but then I just get into something else. And
And then you just didn't want to turn and watch no more.
yeah, and at one point I kept looking. I was like, "Oh, score's not good. Okay, I'm gonna stop watching." 17-7 at half. Final
Well,
score
and I
twenty-fourteen.
want you to take in the that 14 points of that is is on the defense for the pick six. They
Oh
had a
yeah,
pick
yeah, yeah,
six.
yeah.
Did they have two pick sixes? I'm trying to remember. I, I'm
Um, it was
I'm
just
I, yeah.
one pick six. I don't know where their other touchdown came from, to be honest with you.
Um I know that they took the second interception or the first interception, whichever it was. It was like 7 fucking seconds they had scored and the two
Yeah,
touchdowns.
yeah.
And
Right at
you
the beginning
know,
of the game,
yeah.
or no, not right at the beginning. Right at the beginning of the second quarter.
And I know that it was just a mess at that point where it was just like they'd scored all these points in 7 seconds, and it was like Merry Christmas to here you go.
And
Um,
somehow we kept it within a two-score game or a one-score
yeah.
game. I mean,
Yeah, we had an opportunity at the end of this game to uh to actually go ahead, but we just could not. We couldn't fucking do anything. We could
yeah,
do nothing. I,
nothing.
Pacheco, 11 carries for 26 yards. And he went out of the game with a fucking knee to the temple.
Yeah,
I haven't heard any more about that. Is
me
that
neither.
if he's yeah, I don't know if he's going to be able to come back or if if that's going to put him in concussion protocol or what that's going to do, but So it's not Pat, it's not the receivers, it's this combination of everything. I do have questions, and I'm going to ask you because uh, I think I'll get more of a I don't know, maybe Phil at this point. When I talked to him earlier today, he's pretty upset with how the this all played out, and this Christmas game. There's no reason we shouldn't have beat the Raiders.
No, we should have beat them by a
Should
mile.
have
I mean, what was the score when we beat them earlier in the season?
31-17, I think.
Something like that. Yeah, that sounds about right.
I think I was just there, and I was on the wrong game for my box scores, and I was
It,
like, "Oh, that's not right."
it should have been a repeat of that exact score. It shouldn't have been like this.
Well, let me ask you.
Let me ask you this.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Is it the fact that we don't have EB with us anymore? And the reason I say that, and I know that I'll get the backlash, and everybody be like, Andy's the one that calls the plays. Andy's the one that calls the plays. And I don't disagree. I understand that 100%. But it seems to me that Eric Bieniemy brought um accountability to that team and brought the motivation to that team. It's hard to walk away from this idea that since he is left, this is the team that we're left with. And I'm not taking away from Andy Reid as a head coach. He's been an amazing head coach. But did EB really bring that little extra oomph that really kept those guys motivated and focused? I mean, it's something to think about. Um, Secondly, is there too many outside distractions for this team? And when I say distractions, I'm talking about all the fucking ads and commercials and sponsorships that you're seeing with Pat and Travis. Um, all the focus on Travis's personal life with Taylor Swift. Are all these things part of the distractions? Is that causing problems with the team? Um, is it a trust issue with Pat and his receivers? I mean, are they just not clicking? You know what I'm saying? I mean, is that is you would think by this time in the season that they would start to understand each other and work with each other. Does Andy need to go back to a more vanilla offense and work it up from there?
So let's start with Bieniemy because I think that um although he really really deserved the his head coach job that he didn't receive, which where's he
Mm.
at? He's in
He went to the Commanders up there
okay, he's
in
in
Washington Commanders.
Washington. Um I think he did bring a lot to the team, and the Chiefs were his team for such a long time.
Right.
And I don't know that Matt Nagy's the right guy for the job to be the offensive coordinator. And I know that fills Colton's ego, but I don't necessarily think it's the offensive coordinator. I don't think that's the problem. I think it's the play calls. It's all these little trick plays we try to do. And I think you're right. I think like a vanilla offense, something back to standard routes, standard pass plays. No more trying to trick them with a direct snap and hand off to Pat and all these different reverse plays and just these random things that we try to do to trick the defense that has our number at this point. I mean, the Raiders are out to get us every time. That's
I,
they want to beat the Chiefs. I mean, that's divisional play, but the Broncos, the Eagles, I'm sure the Niners, if we end up playing them again, they're going to be at our throats. Like, there's not a single team out there that's not like we have to beat the Chiefs. And sure, the Raiders can what did they beat? Was it the Raiders that beat the Chargers 63 to whatever, or was it the other way around?
um, yes, that was the cause of Staley getting fired was the end of that was 63, what, 21, I think
Yeah.
was the final score there.
So it's not like the Raiders can't just play, right?
Right.
Or vice versa. Like it's all these teams, depending on who they're playing that week, bring a different motivation. They bring a different their fire underneath them is different for the team they play with, and the Chiefs is everybody's we're beating this team. So everybody comes to play harder against us, and you can tell it in the Raiders defense is that they were just there and they wanted to
Right.
get to Mahomes. They sacked him 4 times. And it's unfortunately it's good football to watch because us as Chiefs fans were expecting the Chiefs to win.
Right.
Everybody else that's watching wants the Chiefs to be beat, and that's good football to them. They're happy and they love to see all these people out there complaining about the coaches, complaining about the players when it's not. It's football. It's Sunday every given Sunday. I mean, anything can happen, but I think Bieniemy was such a good offensive coordinator, and him and Andy worked so well together. And maybe Matt Nagy should have stayed the quarterbacks coach and should have brought somebody else up to offensive coordinator. But it was the personnel we had at the time. I think it could be part of the issue, but I also think that it lies more in the players than it does in the coaching staff at some point. The coaches do a lot. Pat calls a lot of audibles. He calls a lot of different things while he's on the field, and he knows he's good. Everybody else knows he's good. That's why they're out to get him. And I think we saw a lot of that. Obviously, I didn't see any of the game really, but and what's his
Well,
face on the defense for the Raiders is always out to get Pat. I mean,
there's something there, and I know there was some tweets and stuff after the game. I have not went and looked at them, but I heard it got a little
Crosby.
vicious, and yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, and it's been that way for the last couple years, where Crosby just keeps hitting Mahomes even after the play's over, and
Mm.
um,
They always seem to. Even that first game we played him this season, I know there was like one hit where Pat got in his face and they were jabbing at each other and John and after the game they kind of, shook it off and, high five each other, handshook, all that stuff. And
yeah,
I don't know that they really got at it this time. I didn't see the Twitter stuff, but
I didn't get a chance. I just saw it pop up on something. I didn't get a chance to go look at it, but there's a difference between winning and just being a good sport and being a sore winner also, where you just, and I think that he was a sore winner in those. I could be wrong. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Chiefs fans podcast at gmail.com. Feel free to fucking let me have it. But if Crosby wasn't, you know, kind of being a sore winner, but
yeah.
the Raiders have kind of been sore winners
Oh,
the
through
last couple
all
times.
my
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
The other thing is, we talked about this with Colton, I think, on the Call Guys episode you were on, whenever that was. But you know, Travis is still nursing his leg, his
Hmm.
hamstring.
Yeah. He can
Pat
do.
Pat occasionally you can tell his foot's still hurting him. You can
Yeah.
tell his ankle's still hurting. And I think we saw that, especially him getting hit so much this week. I think he might have. I mean, maybe not at bad, but you could tell he was hurting a little bit when he
Yeah,
was getting up and
absolutely.
walking. And he's definitely not playing to his level, his normal level. He's not evading tackles like he normally does. He does not really moving out of the pocket like he normally does. His throws are off. His receivers aren't catching balls. There's not one player to blame. And I like I said, I don't think you can go back to the coaching staff on missed catches. I mean,
Right.
he was 27 for 44. That's terrible numbers. I mean,
It is. And how
eh,
many of them were through the hands
exactly,
and
exactly.
shit
And
like
how many of
that.
them were just bad throws? I mean,
Well, and yeah, there is that. I mean, I'm not setting on a Mahomes pedestal here. I mean, by any means. I mean, he needs to be accountable for the throws into the dirt or the ones that are too far out or behind, And of course, you can, throw the argument out there that the receiver, didn't follow his full route or, so on and so forth. I mean,
yeah, or ran the wrong route even.
um, we as Chiefs fans, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, we are spoiled. We have been spoiled the last 10 years with some great teams and a lot, and I mean, especially over the last 5 years, a lot of wins. And I I hate to say it, but during that game on Christmas Day, I normally don't ever think that we can't come back.
Yeah, oh
And
yeah.
and I was like, we're just not getting anywhere. Every run play was up the middle. It wasn't that we were trying to bounce out to the outside or even split. Everything was going dead up the middle. The Raiders had the number there, man. They were shutting our run down. Like I said, 26 yards for Pacheco. I mean, that's like two runs normally for him, a couple
Hmm.
combined runs. It wasn't there. Allaire went 4 for 6. Mahomes leads the rushing with 10 for 53. It's only because he needed those first downs badly because we were stuck in third and long. But I just, it hurts, when you just expect to be so dominant and it doesn't happen. I imagine that's how Patriots fans feel right now after being
Oh
so
yeah.
dominant for so long and now to be in the hole that they're in.
And that will happen to us again here
I
in
know.
10 years. You know, we won't be a playoff team every year, and we'll have another crappy quarterback, and we'll have that one really good receiver that plays good for a season, but we don't get anywhere, and then he's gonna get picked up by somebody else and go
Right.
and kill it. And it is unfortunate. But to answer your last question about distractions, I don't think that any of that really has to do with a whole lot of it either. I think a lot of that they do in the off season. I don't know that they film a lot of that stuff
Right.
during their actual play season. I'm not sure that the, you know, Chiefs organization would allow them to do a lot of that stuff during the actual season. I'd have to look into that a little bit more, but I mean, I those guys got to make more money somehow, I guess. Not that they need it, but
Well, the football careers don't last forever.
yeah, true.
The big paydays don't come to every player. So if you get a chance, it's funny because, you see Mahomes and Kelsey in just a shit ton of commercials, whether it was a COVID Pfizer commercial or whether it's a State Farm commercial.
Hmm.
Um, but it was interesting to see Juju Smith-Schuster in an actual Play 60 commercial that has run the last couple days. And it's like, hey, that's fucking nice that dude's actually going to get some money out of,
Yeah.
something like that. You don't really see that very often. Um, because these guys like Pacheco the running back is not a long career, 4 or 5 good years. And then maybe a couple 3 years, sitting on the bench to back somebody up or something like that. You have your exceptions. I mean, Ezekiel Elliott, now with the Patriots, had a lot of good years
Chargers.
with the Chargers. No, was he was with the Cowboys.
Oh yeah, that's right. Zeke.
I had to
Sorry.
think about that a minute.
Cowboys.
Yeah. With the Cowboys for a long time, had a couple down years. Now he's, getting their shot in New England. Jerome Bettis, obviously, a lot of good years with Pittsburgh. Priest Holmes, a lot of good years with Baltimore, and then some better years in Kansas City. Those are exceptions. A lot of these running backs come in, they run. Larry Johnson ran for one, maybe two good solid years, and then just fell off the face of the NFL universe.
Hmm.
And we could make a laundry list of those running backs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, then 1 or 2 year guys that
Yeah. So I mean, I
disappear.
I get it that these guys want to make the money when they can, because these don't last forever. But you know, is it a distraction, and what does it take away from, and so on and so forth. I don't know. It's just a theory. I've got several theories of what's going on, but I think I still say your accountability comes back to your coaching staff and what they bring and the motivation and the accountability that they bring to the team really does help lay out what happens on the field.
Well,
And
and you're right because I mean those coaches are the ones that draw up the plays, right? It's not. I mean Pat and them, I'm sure come up with some plays, but
yeah,
ultimately Andy, Matt Nagy, all those guys have to say yes, and
right.
you know I'm sure that um that direct snap handoff to Mahomes was a drawn up play that they had, and somebody had to call that, whether it was Andy or Matt Nagy, or maybe they were working together and said, "Oh yeah, we should run that play right now." Maybe get in their heads a little bit, which ultimately caused a fumble and a recovery. That wasn't a touchdown, though, I
That
don't think, on that recovery.
no, I do believe it was just a recovery, but I think their next play was a rush in for that
That was
touchdown.
that 7 second
Yeah.
quick, yeah,
Yeah, and then the other one was the interception.
yeah,
Yeah, right out the gate. Yeah, I have to go back and look at all that again. I mean to actually take notes while I'm watching the game, but I get so intense when I'm watching. I get so intense when I'm watching the Chiefs game. I look like fucking Chris Farley from Tommy Boy, when the game's over. Fucking half my hair's pulled out, the other half sticking straight up.
The
I look
unfortunate
like I
part
just
was you had to watch it in a house full of everybody, so you couldn't really get worked up like you normally do. Um,
Your mother yelled a few times, which was funny as shit because I'd look over at your grandma and she'd be like, "The hell was that?"
yeah,
Hey man, regardless of whatever happens in Kansas City this season, and we're gonna talk about this here in a minute, and I'll probably get some haters, but I love my Chiefs. I love going to Arrowhead. I love spending time with the fans of Arrowhead. Um, I'm not a real serious social person when I'm out there, but I've met some fucking cool people. When we were there for the Philly game, I got to talking to a guy while we were down in the Hall of Fame that had brought his grandson to his first Arrowhead game, and just having that 5-minute conversation with another fan is so much fun. And you know, 95% of the Chiefs fans that you run into at Arrowhead are fucking amazing people,
oh yeah,
and they have the same love for the Chiefs as I do or you do, and all of our listeners do. So, um, it's just hurts a little bit this season because we are spoiled and used to winning. We are still 9-6. We are still the number 3 seed in the AFC. We more than likely will get through this hosting a wild card game,
yeah. I
but
mean, play it what the playoff.
playoff picture.
I mean it. Yeah, I mean, there's so many things that could happen for us to move up or move down, and it's so hard to think about that in terms of there only being what 3 more games left this season.
Two
2 more games. We've
more
got.
games, 2 more regular season games. We have the Bengals in Arrowhead on New Year's Eve.
Mhm.
And
And then
then
the
we
Chargers.
travel to the Chargers, I believe. So
Yes, sounds right.
what is that? Where are they at now? They're in LA, right?
Yep, yep.
That's
So,
SoFi Stadium? SoFi Stadium.
so the Ravens and the Dolphins have clinched their spots, correct? And they're 1 and 2, no matter what happens.
Mm, not necessarily, is it? I don't know. All I know is I'm pretty sure that they've all clinched playoff spots. I don't know exactly where they're going to fall.
Gotcha. And I don't know technically that we have we?
No, technically, we have not clinched a playoff spot. Technically, we have not clinched the AFC West, which we should have done prior to fucking Halloween.
Yeah, yeah. Those darn Broncos, man.
They threw a monkey wrench in the works and they're sitting back laughing their asses off right now.
Yep, yep. Um,
Yeah, because if they can win a couple more and we lose one more, they can be taking over the AFC West and we could not be in the top spot.
well, and that's the other thing too is the Raiders and the Broncos are both 7 and 8, so they're both right on our tails. We could lose out and they could win out, and that just changes everything.
Absolutely.
So I mean, and then I think both of them have beat us once.
Absolutely. Once.
So
Yep.
that means it would go by who's won there and who
Uh-huh.
won at home
Uh-huh.
and or won away. I don't remember exactly how that works, but so I mean, yeah, there it's in 2 games we could be sitting at home. all playoffs. But
Isn't that fucking hard to fathom at this point? I mean, two more games left in the season. If we don't win at least one of these games, we could be setting it home for the playoffs.
and the Chargers are going to come to play, and I know they're not playing well, but they're going to come to play. And the good thing for us is that Cincinnati is at a really low point right now, and if Burrow, which I don't think Burrow's coming back this season, I think
Burrow,
he's done.
Burrow is done for the season, but Browning is actually playing quite well.
Yeah.
I do believe didn't they take away the dub this last week? I'm trying to think if they won or not. I was thinking they did.
Um, let
I
me
know it
check.
was an early game.
No, no,
Nope,
no. They lost
they
to
got beat
Pittsburgh.
by Pittsburgh. Okay, so we stand a chance to beat Cincinnati, which hasn't been a top thing for us in the last couple of years. But
Yeah. But I mean,
uh,
look at Cleveland. Cleveland's killing it. I mean, even if we get to the playoffs, there's too many good teams that are just doing really well right now, and we're
yeah,
not playing to the level that a lot of these teams are, the level that we played the last 3 years. I mean, I think we're gonna have a lot of trouble once we get to the playoffs, even if we get in and we do play Buffalo. Because right now in the standings, that's where we are. We would play Buffalo in a wild card game, and Buffalo's already beat us once.
yep,
We're pretty good about going in and beating a team the second time if they've already beat us, but
absolutely.
I don't necessarily think that that's the team we are right now. So
No, and this is where I said I'm going to take some shit because I'm going to take some shit right now. I think we're one and done in the playoffs.
no, yeah, I think we've talked about that already too. I
Yeah.
agree, and I've told Sarah. I think I said we make it to the playoffs. I don't think that we could make it really past a wild card or a first round or divisional even. If
It all depends on who we play. The last standing I saw was us. We would have been playing Cincinnati. Um, I'm not sure. I after yesterday, I haven't even looked at anything yet. To be honest, after that game yesterday on Christmas Day, I didn't really even want to watch football.
no,
I was
I don't
done
blame
with football. But I did watch. I watched the fucking the Ravens just kill it. Um, I tried to think I watched Philadelphia almost try to give it away. Was that yesterday?
you. I'm not sure.
Was that Christmas Day? I can't remember. I don't think
Probably
it was
Christmas
Christmas
Day.
Day.
Right now you got Jacksonville at Cleveland, Kansas City at, or sorry, does I don't know who's at where, but Jacksonville, Cleveland, Kansas City, Buffalo, Miami, Indianapolis.
So since he fell out of the
Yeah,
top seven spot, okay. So yeah, I mean, if Buffalo has to come into Arrowhead, then
which
that
is
could
what,
be
yeah,
it.
that's what it would be. Yep.
Yeah, we know how that works out. We're definitely not going to that because I think we're bad luck for Buffalo in
Yeah,
fucking Arrowhead.
I'm never gonna
See,
go to a Buffalo game in Arrowhead.
never again.
So yeah, I mean, I hope I answer all your questions.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like I said, these are all just, me and my tinfoil hat sitting here trying to figure it all out, and it's not always easy to I want to be positive when it comes to my team and so on and so forth, but they're making it really, really hard right now, and we're trying to stay positive, but. I mean, positivity says we beat the Bengals and we beat the Chargers. We take the AFC West. Baltimore and Miami both fall, and we get that number one spot. And that's what we're gunning for. But unless those guys all get on the same fucking page in the next 48 hours, I don't know what to tell myself anymore.
Yeah, yeah, I get it.
And the Chief is trying to join us here. If you're watching on YouTube, he's popping in here. Looks like he's having some
Technical
technical
difficulties.
difficulties. We call it an ID10T.
Yep.
Oh,
Sorry.
we did hear that part.
I got a different set of headphones. Why my parts come in for the beats.
Right on.
Man, these suck.
Yeah,
It's so low quality. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get used to one set of headphones and then you get just have to distract it with the others.
Yeah,
yeah,
so I had to
Well,
switch
good.
them.
You're here just in time to do predictions.
Ugh.
yeah. Prediction time. Green 2.
The
Chad.
first
We,
pred Hey, the first prediction, are we gonna fucking win?
as a matter of fact, it is the first prediction.
Will the
Uh,
Chiefs
Chi
win?
Chico, take us through our Christmas Day Raiders
Uh,
at Arrowhead.
Please
the
don't.
homeless man has moved to Kansas City.
He
Um,
set the
and,
dumpster on fire.
and I think he said that he could replace the entire receiving corps. No, Chiefs lose to the Raiders 20-14. That'd be the final score. Patrick Mahomes, 235 yards, one touchdown,
And two given away.
two given away. Yeah, one INT and one fumble. Um, which yeah, what we already talked about that being a messed up play. All right, so final score 14-20 Raiders. I took that one 31-17. The differential on that one 30 points, 41 points, 20 points, and coach 24. I
I
think
mean
yeah,
that
we
just that just shows you how bad that game was.
exactly. I mean, we talked about it. When we beat the Raiders last time 31 to I
30,
think we
31-17, I think it was.
yeah, and
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, just crazy. Mahomes 235 yards. Golden Jay took that one 268. He had one touchdown. Everybody had three except for me. I had two.
Well, really, he had three. Just two went to the other team.
Yeah. Kelsey total yards 44.
Oh my God.
That we all blew that one out of the water. I had 76. He had no touchdowns. Chief and I took a point there for saying one. I went possible points for both because they both played in this game, Pacheco and Allaire. Pacheco did go out as we talked about. So Pacheco had 26, Allaire had 6. Chief took 2 on Allaire, and I took 2 on Pacheco, and we were. I should have done the math on those too, because crazy. And their touchdowns, it was 1 and none. So 2 and 2 there for Golden Jay and myself. Most yards, we all got that one. Rice had the most yards. He had 57, 6 for 57.
Targeted 12 times.
Yep.
Sad.
Yeah, it's a lot of drops. Yeah, did I say Mahomes is 27 for 44? I don't think
Yeah.
I did, but yeah, that's
Yeah, you did early on. Yeah.
longest pass play was 45 to Richie James, and I got that
Damn
one
it.
right on the nose, Chief.
Well, 1 yard off, damn it.
1 yard off. You tried to undercut me, and I hit it right on. Um, interceptions of sacks, they had 0 and 2 sacks. Yeah, got that. Well, Jay took 2, and I took 2 on both. Most sacks was actually Jones and Omenahu. Chief took that one with Jones. Butker will be perfect the rest of the season. No, sir.
Nope.
Balls were properly inflated, and he missed it because of the wind this time. So yeah, all of us no points there. Taylor Swift was there, so Chief and Golden Jay took 2 points there.
Look, coach wrote yes, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's not a fan. I can't go down and say her name. It's like the most wrong thing you can say to him.
Hey, coach, I knew you were trouble when you walked in.
Yeah.
So it's weird. As you know, we're doing some cleaning. Uh, I came across a 8x10 photo of him holding the banner, the KC Wolf banner. I don't know why I have that.
Oh yeah. You were supposed
It's a,
to you're supposed to get
it's a,
that signed.
is that what it was?
Yep.
I just found it.
Yep. He got it reprinted and we got it signed, so
Okay, well, I'll just keep it for memorabilia. Put
yeah,
it on
hang on
my
the
wall.
wall.
He'll be happy to get on the wall of the Jordan house.
Yeah.
As long as it's not your bedroom.
Wow, wow.
Total for the week 10, 10, 22. So I'm not gonna put any predictions in this week. Just to let you guys catch up a little bit.
No, 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 no. But you do have to go first.
Yeah, that's maybe we should take the multiplier off, or I shouldn't get the multiplier.
Eh,
I don't even know, but
no,
it
just
just
leave
makes
it
it more
on.
fun.
Who cares?
It's fun, Gun. You're doing fine. You're
So yeah. This week,
someone's got to win.
someone's got to win. New Year's Eve, Bengals versus Chiefs, 4:30 in Arrowhead. I'm just gonna go on a limb here and say final score is gonna be 17-14.
Bengals or Chiefs at this
Chiefs.
point.
Chiefs. I'm not betting against the Chiefs.
All right. 24-14.
I'm gonna go a little different. I'm gonna go 20-17. Kansas City for the
Well,
win.
Yeah, I think I'll be there. I'm gonna say Mahomes gonna have 261. No, that's Chief.
all right. 60.
What you got?
I don't even know what to say. 245.
232.
I think we lowball. Maybe they'll do something.
Maybe.
Touchdowns? I'm gonna
Um,
say 2. I think he's gonna have the touchdowns.
2.
I'm gonna go 1.
Kelsey. I'm gonna say he's gonna have 64.
I'm still gonna stay with it. 101 to Fox.
Yep.
I already knew that. I knew it was coming.
I think he will have one of those touchdowns.
0.
I'm gonna go the one touchdown he has is gonna be Kelsey.
Um,
Do we know is Pacheco actually gonna be back?
Don't
I
know.
I
That's
don't
that's
know.
why we'll do the same thing,
Just
you know,
keep
with
it for both.
Slash.
Yep. Just in case he does. So I'm gonna say if he does play 94 and Alaire, I'm gonna say he's gonna have 41.
I'll go with 84 and 32. And what the fuck, man? Does he not know how to put a helmet on?
I know.
Um,
I said that exactly. I was like, does he not
Well,
strap
you
his
see
chin
all these
strap?
players half the time, they have one chin strap undone, you know.
Yeah,
It's like, for the love of God, put your headgear on.
that's
That's
gonna be a
rule
next
one,
penalty.
rule 101.
46,
Improper
40,
46.
48, 26. Sorry, I meant to say 48, and I got 26 in my brain. Actually, just before we hit this next one, in the game I was watching late yesterday, they actually stopped the game and made the wide receiver for the I don't even remember which team it was go and get his mouth guard because it wasn't even on his fucking helmet.
They
And
don't wear them.
I noticed that, but he had to have it on there as part the referees wouldn't allow him to be out there without it. So they made him go and get it, and he fucking was all pissy and fucking sanding his fucking panties over, going over and ripping it out of the coach's hand and putting it on his helmet. It was funny as shit.
Oh my. I'm gonna go 1-0 on
uh,
touchdowns.
1-1.
I'm gonna follow you with 1-0. One per Pacheco if he plays, 0 per
Most yards. I'm still gonna
Just
stick with.
fill
I think we're
just
gonna go all Rice on this one because yeah, Rice.
yeah,
yep.
yeah, absolutely.
Longest pass play. I'm gonna say 37.
To our team or the other team?
To the other team.
Um, 39.
I'm gonna go 36.
The trap.
Watch him get it
Interceptions.
right on the fucking head again.
Probably interceptions. The sacks. I'm gonna say we're gonna have 1 INT and 3 sacks.
1/2.
I was actually gonna type 1 hand. Pop in weird.
Hmm. I'm gonna go no interceptions and 2 sacks.
This is still the toss up. I'm going with Karlaftis.
Sticking with Jones.
I'm gonna go. Give me a little Mike Dana. Try something a little different this week. Dana's been playing so well. That's 2 ends.
Is it 2 ends?
Two
Otherwise,
ends.
it's Dana.
Dana.
Yeah.
Butker, is he gonna miss?
No,
You don't think he's gonna? You think he's gonna miss?
I don't think he's gonna miss this week.
Okay, so he's gonna be perfect.
Yeah.
For the rest of the season. Yes.
Taylor.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, there you have it, boys and girls. Yeah, I see you have it up there. Can you bring the bracket up, the playoff bracket?
Oh yeah.
Let's take a peek at this.
I think we're still in the number 3 slot. I could
We
be
are,
wrong.
as of right now, we are still the number 3 spot with Baltimore having the bye week,
Yeah.
which would make us play Buffalo, um, Miami, and Baltimore. I don't know. Have they totally clinched those spots? Do you know, Chief?
I did not look. I know Baltimore's good now as of last night for their division. Um, but the other ones I didn't look at. I've been too busy doing, you know what I've been up to. So
Yeah.
I think
Um,
I think Miami has. I think I saw an asterisk next to their name, so I think that means they've clinched.
yeah, yeah.
Hey, listen, and I'm gonna say this since Bill's here, and I know that it may not be popular, but I believe Kansas City will be one and done in the playoffs,
At this
and
point, 100%.
we will wipe this season off of
There
our
you go. Teams that have clinched.
okay.
Look at the NFC.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, the AFC is so freaking
Competitive.
crazy. Yeah. I mean, look at your top 7 right there, Is Indy in that bracket?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No shit. So yeah, look at your bracket there. I mean, everybody is just so close. I mean, even in I mean, Baltimore's 12-3, 9, 10. There's no way that we're going to be able to catch Baltimore. So Miami might be able to overtake them. Jacksonville's not gonna, or yeah, not Jacksonville's not gonna catch them. Cleveland could
No,
tie them, possibly, but
I don't see it happening. I think Baltimore is just gonna keep going.
Baltimore is probably your number 1 seed
Yeah.
with the bye week, and everything's gonna have to go through Baltimore. But if we play Buffalo and the way Buffalo kicked our little asses last round, we play differently in the playoffs in Arrowhead
Well,
than we do in the regular season. So,
if
I mean, take that for that.
we play Buffalo, we actually might win because that's what we do against Buffalo. We lose in the regular season. We beat
Yep.
them in the playoffs, but after that, I think we're done.
Yeah.
But if they play like they did against the Raiders, it's not going to matter against
Yeah.
any team.
Yep.
Well, I don't know if Jeremy told you, but my first trip to the storage unit today, I
Oh,
put
you put
all my tailgating gear in there
You-
from that was in the back of the truck because I'm done.
not going back out.
Nah, ain't gonna happen. But who knows? Things might change, but at this point now, I got too much going on here to be rolling down there.
Oh, I get it.
And by the way, this might be the last time you see the room look this way.
Things are changing at the Jordan household.
Yep. I think the next podcast, my background will be blank and brown.
Ooh,
Yeah. Well, it's a nice neutral color.
there you go.
So
Painting. That's what I've been doing all day.
That's
have you
true.
have you really?
Yeah.
Yeah, doing the guest room, finishing it up.
What color?
We did a nice white on the walls and then did a blue accent wall, which looks pretty good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, my realtor, which all of us know,
Oh yeah.
said based on the baseboard color and the ledge being all brown, don't go with a smoky blue or smoky uh, gray. Just go with a standard tan. So,
There you go.
but yeah, my my baby, my room is gonna be converted into shit.
That's all right. You'll make a better one at
Yep.
the
Well,
next one.
so as I told Jeremy, just because, for anyone that listens here, I pretty much figured unless you're a Chiefs fan or a Commanders fan or you love hot dogs, this red and yellow is not gonna be a color you're gonna want in a house. Because my friends always told me at work it looked like a hot dog threw up in my basement.
Ketchup and mustard. He's an Oscar Mayer wiener.
Hey, dude, tell them
Mm,
the punchline from what I told you earlier from that caption.
No, no, we didn't talk about
Oh, that
we
was
we
pretty funny.
actually we actually talked about some pretty intense stuff while you were not here.
Well, I will listen to it, I promise, because I'll have my headphones on. Sorry I was late, everyone. I had so much going on, and I thought I was going to be sitting here waiting to get on the podcast, but honeydew and, you know,
Absolutely.
whatnot. So
I'm gonna
it
have the
ran.
Oscar Mayer wiener song stuck in my head now. Oh, Phil wishes he was an Oscar Mayer wiener.
And oddly enough, another true fact since we're talking about hot dogs, we had pigs in a blanket for dinner. But we use Vienna or Nathan's. I can't stand any other hot dog that's not 100% beef.
I
So
love my Nathan's hot dogs. Nathan's, if you're listening, you could be the proud
Sponsor.
sponsor of the Indiana Chiefs Fans podcast.
You know, I've
or
got stuff to
Vienna.
make. I got stuff to make pigs in a blanket upstairs too.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, it's one of those things that it hits you, It's like, man, what can we make tonight? You know what would be simple?
it's true.
So that's when we just make a quick dinner and, instead of opting to go to, Taco Bell or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, honeydew list got a little long for me today. So, but it's all good. I made it on. I'm here
Yeah.
with my Kansas City Chiefs gear.
His gunner brings out his arrowhead on his arm.
I know. I got to get that done, man.
Yeah, you do. I think you've
We
been saying
gotta
that for
get
like
it done.
I do believe that at the
I don't have
beginning
my
of the
watch doesn't go up to 10 years.
Yes, at the beginning. So before the end of the season, Jeremy.
hey man,
I,
it's your lie you're telling yourself. So
no,
I'm
I
okay with whatever you want to say.
I just don't know a tattoo artist. You guys probably do. That's good, with color and faces and stuff like that. So
There's a guy up in just across the border in Michigan that's really good. He's the one that did my arrowhead. Um,
I want somebody else.
Do
it's pretty good.
Jeremy caught on right away.
um
Oh,
I
snap.
listen. I think going to a tattoo artist is a crapshoot sometimes, and either you be super happy or you won't be happy, and you that doesn't regardless of what happens, you have to live with it forever. So I mean, if it was me, I would only get Cat Van D to do my fucking tattoo.
Mhm. They're gonna be good.
Yeah, you would
So
be good.
so she lives in the border of Indiana and Kentucky area.
Like
Oh,
Louisville.
really?
If I'm thinking,
Down.
she's the one that had that show, right? For like 6, 7 years.
She was on a show, and then she had a spinoff that was. I don't think it lasted that
Was
long, but
she on
she was on
Master?
a. Huh?
Was she on Master?
Yeah,
Mm,
something like that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm thinking about the right lady, but yeah, she moved down there. She's in
are you gonna
a,
search it?
it's
Yeah.
a small town with like 300 or 400 people. She does not do tattoos anymore.
Yeah, I heard that she wasn't doing it
Um,
anymore.
she's thinking about potentially doing it again, but for now, that's not her hobby. Because trust me, that was one of the people I did look up, and that's why I know. That's why I know that she retired and is in southern Indiana.
Right on.
Um, but if you guys know of somebody, we can talk offline.
I don't. I you know. I don't. I don't.
Because to your point, I don't want someone that doesn't,
Right.
you know, or I go down to Kansas City and I'm sure that there's a lot of artists down there that know the Chiefs, emblems, players,
Oh,
people,
absolutely.
etc. That would
Well,
knock it
and
out.
they probably specialize in that a little bit more down in Kansas City than
Yeah,
somebody up here in northern Indiana. So
yeah.
yeah, you just got to find the right guy. You know people out there. Talk.
Oh,
Make
I
some
do.
calls. Talk to people out there and find out. Get a hold of Carlos. Carlos has got a guy, or doesn't he? Wouldn't he? Didn't he have a guy?
Yeah, he sent me a photo of his tattoo. It looked
Yeah.
pretty decent.
So I mean, like I said, it's a crapshoot. You
Well,
might get him on a good day. You might get him on a bad day.
just like cars, you don't buy shit made on Monday or Fridays.
There you
She was
go.
on, she was on
Or
LA Ink and Miami Ink.
Miami Ink is what I was thinking of. I couldn't come up with a name of it.
but if she's now in Northwest Indiana or Indiana, right?
Oh, I didn't get that far.
Oh,
He just stopped and started looking at pictures of her and
yeah. He's like, oh yeah,
oh
giggity
yeah,
giggity.
I let her tattoo me any day.
Um,
I know I gotta
but
listen to her music.
She's
but
in a
yeah,
band.
yeah.
Yeah.
Damn,
An American? Is she an American band?
this is an American band.
American band.
Oh, I know, bad joke, my bad. But
Wow, it is not
uh,
a very good one.
and to everyone, I'm sure you guys wish them a late Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. So
No,
if not,
we were too busy whining about our Chiefs losing.
it's all good.
No, yeah, that's something I should have done, but we went right into the game and
Mhm.
discussions on what we thought might be wrong and so on and so forth. But we hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. We hope you got tons of Chiefs gear. Um,
I did not.
I didn't get any Chiefs gear this year.
I bought it all during
Me
the
neither.
season. So what's the point?
Yeah, well, I got Bobby some stuff, that we were shopping while me and Gunner were out there, so
You get
she got some
for
of
those
that.
songs we
Hey, I
were
get
talking about?
Yeah, I did get this. Hold on, Phil. Let me show you one of the things Bobby got me.
I thought he just said Bobby didn't get him anything.
No, I said you didn't give me no Chiefs gear, but I did get
Oh,
this. Look
oh,
at that. Nice
that's cool.
canvas piece. Look at that. Ah,
Nice, great
ah,
picture.
ah. It
Yeah,
looks
you
like
look.
we look Photoshop, don't we?
No, you look like a hot dog.
Hey, a bunch of Oscar Mayer wieners.
No, it does look good. I like it.
I love this piece. It's a nice one.
Great picture.
Yeah.
Actually, we have yours above on the wall facing.
The one of the one of the four of us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's face like where we sit, we can see it.
Nice.
So, it's
Aw.
got little holes in some parts of it from the dartboard,
Yeah,
but
exactly. Exactly.
no,
As well as
Right in
should be.
between
As
your
well as
eyes.
Yeah, it was
um
odd. This is the first Christmas I could probably say I didn't get anything Chiefs related. So, from not even the kids.
Yeah,
I
Bastards.
told Golden Jay I wasn't getting anything Chiefs this year, so
it's true. It's
Mm.
true. And
Well,
that's
Karen,
okay.
Karen and I, we normally buy each other gifts. This year. We bought each other one, I think, and called it one and done.
Right on.
So
nice.
we're gonna spend our money in April on our trip. So
There you go. There you have it. So yeah, I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas, and I hope everybody's looking forward to having a good time on New Year's Eve. Please, if you do go out, be safe. If you need to
Yes.
Uber, do it. If you're just gonna stay home, that might be the best choice these days. But either
mhm.
way, have fun going out and doing what you guys do. And thanks for making Indiana Chiefs fan something you guys listen to every week. And hopefully next year will be even better for us and we'll have more listeners.
Yeah.
You guys got anything planned for the new year?
I got to go to a birthday party at the Clarks.
Oh, W. Griswold?
Yep. Dave's dad is turning 60, so they're having a
Nice.
bash over at their place. We're crashing there. No, we are not driving.
Good. Good, good, good.
So that's our
We
plan.
we will see you at Scotty T's,
Scotty
but
T's.
we'll probably bail before too late. Get the baby
Absolutely.
home. Baby home
I
from bed.
I may bail early. I don't even know yet. I'm not feeling the whole New Year's Eve thing right now.
Yeah. Normally we're in Kansas City or we stay home. I'll be honest.
Right.
We typically do not go anywhere, but we're going early enough, much like probably you guys, that I won't be on the road
Right.
worried about some drunk driver, hitting me.
Absolutely.
Yep.
For, Fortunately for me, I'm only a mile away from where this party's at, so I could literally walk home if I needed to, but
That's even worse.
I know, right? I
Well, yeah,
get
down a
run
busy
over.
road too.
Hey,
Yeah.
what's this? Jeremy flipping over a
That's
car.
me tumbling down the wall. All right, guys. Well, let's get out of here. Like I said, I hope everybody has a happy new year, and we will see you again next week into the year 2024, where we hope we can talk about a Chiefs win against the Bengals. Keep your fingers crossed. Let's wrap up that AFC West for Christ's sake. We've been at it for way too long trying to wrap it up.
Yep.
All right. From our little slice of Chiefs Kingdom right here in the great state of Indiana, I just have one question for you. How about those Chiefs? Later.
Thank you for listening to the Indiana Chiefs Fans Podcast. You can find us wherever you get your podcasts, whether that be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Podbean, any of your favorite podcast sites. Be sure to watch us on YouTube. Just search for the Indiana Chiefs Fans Podcast. Also, check us out on Facebook for any updates on the Chiefs and all of our weekly posts. You can find us at facebook.com/INChiefsFansPod. Finally, go check out our Golden Mojo Entertainment website at goldenmojoent.com. You can find information about your 3 favorite hosts and all the other podcasts in the Golden Mojo Entertainment family. Those podcasts include The Call Guys, Golden Image Podcast, The United States of Paranormal, The Golden 80s Podcast, The Murdnerds, and A Court of Books and Booze. Thank you for tuning in, and how about those Chiefs?